Okay, hello, my name is Mokah and I'm here with Melissa Link. Hi Melissa, how are you doing today? I'm so happy to be doing this interview with you. It is actually my first time interviewing someone that's running for, in political office. And could you tell the viewers a little bit about you and, your background and why you decided to run for political office?
I'm running for Athens District 3 Commissioner, which is one of 10 commission positions. And I've been a community activist for pretty much my entire 20 years in Athens, paying attention to the issues, speaking up about the issues. I frequently go to commission meetings and speak up primarily about affordable housing issues and transportation issues. And George Maxwell is retiring, and I decided to throw my hat in the ring. And I made it to the runoff election. There were 4 candidates initially, and at last Tuesday's election, I emerged as the leader going into the runoff, which is exciting. I still have a lot of work to do to make sure I get my people back to the polls, though, on July 22nd.
So as far as an advocate, how long have you been doing that? I mean, that's something you just do out of passion. And you go and it's like, a rebel for a cause. You see something, you speak out about it. How long have you been, have you always been like that all your life?
I've always been the kind of person to speak my mind. I have always kind of been that way. When I moved to Athens over 20 years ago, I immediately got involved in the community. I came here as a graduate student in art history, so I got involved in the arts, volunteering at the Linden House. I worked on the Human Rights Festival. That was kind of my activism then. I worked on their art auction. I was real involved in Fest in the early years in getting their art market started. I continued to do some volunteer work for the Linden House in Attica. I did some volunteer curating for them. Particularly when the arts and social issues. I've always been very aware of social issues. I run an environmental ethics journal for a living. That's my job. I ran a literacy journal at the College of Education before that, and I've been a journalist. I wrote for Flagpole for many years. So I covered local politics as a journalist a little bit as well, and as an activist, I've been really aware. So I've kind of been in this game my whole adult life.
It seems somewhat like the college is taking over the town, and it's not balanced. There's not enough balance. I love Athens. I like living here, but it seems like there's more things that cater to the college students as opposed to the locals. Just wanted to hear your opinion about that. And do you think there needs to be more balance, or what do you think is going on there?
Definitely. There definitely needs to be more balance, especially in our downtown. We need to embrace our diversity, and every time we approve a new project, we need to ask ourselves, will this project serve the diversity of our community? I have friends who came up in Athens, going downtown and being part of the downtown scene, who are now settled and have kids. They don't go downtown anymore, and there's absolutely nothing to do with your children down there. We really need to take a serious look at our downtown, and we have this downtown master plan that's working its way through the system, and we really need to focus on making sure the downtown is welcoming to the diversity of our population.
Okay, so you seem like a very sweet lady, someone that would more, not necessarily running for politics, just seem like a very sweet lady. And since you have been competing in this candidacy for commissioner, do you think it's a fair playing field for men and women? And do you think that you have came across anything that you might not have come across if you weren't a woman?
It's funny that you should say I'm a sweet lady. The one criticism I've gotten from my opponents is that I'm not sweet enough. I come out of community activism where it's your job to stand up and speak out and use harsh language and, be a little angry from time to time. And I feel like that's my greatest strength. We definitely need some changes in this community. People have spoken. There's a whole lot of unrest out there, and I'm willing to stand up. I'm able. I've proved it. So it's funny that you should say that, because that's the one thing that I'm criticized for not being. I'm not enough. I get along with people well, but I'm not afraid to criticize. And because I'm not afraid to criticize, I'm not afraid to take criticism. I can take a punch. I've gotten plenty of criticism, so I'm going to speak my mind, even if I know some people won't like it. So, yeah, that's ironic.
So I guess, in the political arena, you might not be so sweet. But,
I'm not sweet enough for some folks who want to just nod and smile and let it keep going the way it's going. And as far as being a woman, I think that I wouldn't be getting any of that criticism if I was a man.
Okay, so during this race for mayor, I know that you were more behind Tim Denson. Why do you feel that he is more of the guy for the job opposed to Nancy?
Tim and I have worked together as activists for quite some time, fighting on the same side of the same issues. And I just feel like a change is needed. Nancy's a real sweet lady. She's been in politics a really long time, 30, 40 years, I think. She's got a lot of ties to the community, but times have changed. Our community has changed, and we have some serious problems that I don't feel like she's addressing. And Tim was really focusing on those problems. The poverty problem is a huge issue, and we need to really focus on that. And I know she focuses on economic development, but I feel like the kind of economic development she's bringing is not lifting people out of poverty. It's doing a lot for the good old boys at the top, but we don't need more minimum wage jobs. We need more better jobs, and we need to not be squashing communities in the process and losing our values. We need to invest in our infrastructure and our transportation system to make life easier for those who have less than enough. We haven't been doing that at all.
Okay. As far as the economy or the poverty level, I know that it is pretty, what is it, 36% poverty?
37, 38, depends on what you look at.
So what do you think is what do you think can change that? What do you think we're going to have to do because in my opinion, it's like we have one of the best schools, and I've met a lot of educated people in this town, like more than other towns in one small area.
You're right. There are a lot of educated people in Athens. I think our rate of folks with college degrees or more is somewhere around 50%, which is really high for our state. It's really high for our nation. And a lot of those educated folks are working lower income service industry jobs or median income service industry jobs. Those people should be behind a desk. They should be running things. And opening up those service industry jobs for the people who might not be as educated and might not have those degrees, but might be perfectly capable of, moving on up to some of those more moderate income service industry jobs, and maybe being able to quit their 2 or 3 part-time minimum wage jobs and be able to work on getting more education and moving up further. So it's kind of a domino effect. You get some of those educated folks into better paying jobs. They have more disposable income, which creates more service industry jobs and opens up more opportunities for the folks who haven't had that educational opportunity. And by getting better paid jobs, maybe they can get more education. So it's, the circle.
Okay, so could you tell me all the territory that District 3 covers, and what would you be responsible for? Because I know it's a little bit of kind of a strange layout.
It's a zigzag, and it's a really diverse district, which is what's really exciting about it. It covers Rock Springs and Hancock corridors. It has several public housing projects, including Rock Springs and Broad Acres. And also the Paldo project, which right now is under construction, but in the fall folks are expected to start moving back into that project. Rock Springs, Hancock, Cobham Boulevard. It covers the Reese Hancock neighborhood closer to downtown. It includes downtown, pretty much the entire downtown business district. It goes down Prince Avenue, including Sylvia Circle, all the way to Jefferson River Road. It goes out Chase Street and out Newton Bridge Road to include Calfwood, including Rolling Ridge and Country Club Estates, and then it includes one side of Vincent Drive, so Deer Trail, also goes down one side of Atlanta Highway to include some of the apartments behind the right side of Atlanta Highway.
So exactly what does that mean? Can you kind of break it down for the audience? Because, you know, everybody went out and they voted, but somehow you and another candidate have to run again, and everyone has to vote again on July 22nd. Okay, so just break that down so they can understand what happened there.
Well, with 4 candidates in the race, you need at least 50% of the vote, 50% plus 1 vote, to win the election outright. I received about 39% of the vote, and my closest opponent received about 34%, I believe. So nobody won the full 50%. The 2 of us are going into the runoff, and the next 2 candidates received somewhere around 18 and 10%, I think. Yeah, I'm going into the runoff, and I feel really good about it. I did beat her in every precinct, so I feel like if I can get my people back, I'm in good shape.
Okay. So why do you feel that you're the woman for the job? What experience do you have regarding, you know, running for District 3 Commissioner?
Well, I've never run for office before, but I have been involved in other political campaigns. You know, I did work on Jared Bailey's campaign when he ran, and I supported our state rep, Spencer Fry, when he was running. You know, I've paid attention to political campaigns and paid attention. You know, they redistricted Athens, Clarke County a couple of years back, and you know, I pay attention to those things too. And so I have been paying close attention to political issues for a long time, as well as doing my community activism. So know the numbers and know what's going on, and know the issues in our community. I didn't just start paying attention because I decided I wanted to run for office. I'm actually running for office because I've been paying attention.
Okay.